Dan from MakerForge here, and I've always wanted to make a murderous hat to send to an unsuspecting maker for Christmas. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's take a look. I've been working on a few robotics projects over the last few years, and most of the time they're designed to be nice, helpful things. This year, some of my maker friends and I have decided to do a Secret Santa, which is where you get nominated someone to make and send a gift to, and then someone in secret is nominated to send a gift to you. I was given Jon, who's a really talented maker with over 350 videos on YouTube. He's created all kinds of things, from steampunk-inspired clocks to robot animatronics. You can check out more about his builds on his YouTube channel, link in the description. A few years ago, I watched Disney's Meet the Robinsons, and one of the characters in that film is a helping hat who's designed by an inventor to help people in their daily lives. Unfortunately, that helping hat had a mind of its own and tried to take over the world. But nevertheless, I liked the idea, and I wanted to try and create a real-world equivalent of the helping hat to help Jon with his projects. It didn't go as planned. I have quite a lot of experience with Raspberry Pis and Arduinos, and even ESP32s, which are microcontroller development boards with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. So I thought that might be a good opportunity to try something out that has internet connectivity and some functionality related to that. I already have an existing PCB that takes 3-volt modules and connects them to the ESP32 to create multiple projects quite easily. It includes things like a speaker that uses I2S and a microphone with the same protocol, gesture recognition, TFT displays, SD card input, and a whole host of other connectivity that I could use to pull modules together quickly in order to make some really interesting functionality that I could put inside the hat. This was something that I created maybe a year ago. And at the time, everything was working perfectly. But as I started taking a look at this code again and trying to get the modules working, I found that I was having a lot of problems. Whether drivers had been updated or whether I had just not included some of the configuration in my documentation, nevertheless, some of these modules wouldn't work together well, and I was struggling for quite a while to get this working. As I struggled, I started thinking about what it was that I really wanted this build to do. Now Doris, the helping hat from the movie, has the ability to sprout legs from inside the hat to help the wearer. I knew from my modular biped project that this was probably out of scope given the limited budget that we had. So I wondered what I could do with the hat to allow some form of interaction with the user without relying on servos and that kind of thing. I came up with the idea of integrating a camera and also some sort of AI interaction, so that you could ask it questions and have it look at the work you were doing and provide guidance. That way he could wear the thing while he was building something. I also want to include some form of light so that he could focus on the work that he was doing. Fortunately, I was sent this module for an earlier build, and I really liked the idea of reusing this in a helping hand. So I ordered a basic bowler hat from the internet, and I 3D printed an attachment to attach the module to the front of the hat with the camera sticking out, so that it could be used to capture images and view the work that was going on. The hat arrived in a less than perfect condition, but with a bit of steam and reshaping, it got me back on track. Then I bought a simple LED ring light and attached that to the front so that I'd be able to make sure that not only did it look good, but there was some extra light on the work that he was doing. At the end, I included 3 different types of lights, so Jon can decide whether to have it as a spotlight, as a blue light, or as the threatening red light from part of the movie. The 3D modeling process was relatively simple. The biggest challenge that I had was to make sure that I could model the 3D print around the shape of the bowler hat, and in order to do that, I found a bowler hat model online. I imported it into my 3D modeling tool and cut the shape of the module mount out of the outline of the bowler hat. Then it was just a relatively simple process of assembling it all together. I used standard machine screws and tapped the 3D prints to make sure that it held together well, but it could also be removed if Jon decided to repurpose the module for something else. I also added some gears to the outside of the hat to give it a steampunk aesthetic. For power, I wanted to try and use AAA batteries and a boost converter to convert it from the battery voltage to 5 volts. So I wired that together and connected it to the module. Next, I needed to decide what kind of functionality the module was going to have. Fortunately, the module has its own example scripts that we can run, so I added the script to allow you to have a conversation with it, very much like ChatGPT's conversation mode on the app. I connected it to my Wi-Fi, gave it my OpenAI API key so it could communicate with ChatGPT, and started it up to see how it would go. Hello. It is not working, of course. Hello.
How can I help?
Can you answer a question?
Of course.
Are you still there?
Yes, I'm here. Yes, of course. What's your question?
Can you tell me why you
Great.
don't...
What would you like to know?
Oh, wow. I don't know what I want to know now.
I'm here to help. What would you like to learn about or discuss?
Tell me what the
No
color...
worries. We can explore some topics together. Are you interested in learning about science, history, a fun fact, or maybe a hobby or activity? Let me know what sparks your curiosity.
I wonder whether it is a power issue or not. As you can see, this didn't go well. It looks like the power from the AAA batteries and the boost converter wasn't sufficient to power both the module and the LED ring light, which to be fair, I thought might be a problem. So I decided to simplify my design and connected a USB-C directly to the module, so that it could power both the LEDs and the module together. This means Jon has the option to use a battery bank or to connect another power source as he sees fit. This version solved the power delivery problem, but otherwise wasn't much better.
What would you like help with today?
Can you tell me what a red wire is for in a circuit?
In a circuit, the red in a circuit, the in a circuit, the red in a circuit, in a circuit, the red wire in a circuit, a red wire is often used as a positive power supply wire. In a circuit, the red wire in a circuit is in a circuit, the red wire typically serves as a positive supply wire, providing the positive voltage to the circuit. Exactly. The red wire in a circuit typically serves as a You're welcome. If you have any more questions about electronics or anything else, feel free to ask.
It turns out the example script had a fairly significant flaw. Unlike other examples where you can toggle listening and speaking as separate modes, because this sends tokens to the OpenAI API, it's always listening and always speaking depending on the tokens that are streamed. What that means in practice is that it's listening to its own response. I don't know whether that's made worse by the fact that the hat echoes the sound back into the microphone, or whether I just didn't experience this when I was testing it on the previous build. But either way, I had fairly significant issues with it listening to itself and then interrupting and responding to itself. I tried for a solid day to get around this issue, even trying to utilize AI to solve this issue with AI, but unfortunately, because of the time constraints, I was forced to give up and send it as it was. I found that sometimes it would work and sometimes it wouldn't, but the more I tested it, the less reliable it seemed to become. But the clock was ticking and I needed to send it off, so I boxed it up to Jon and sent it away. Although it wasn't the project that I hoped it would be, I wasn't too disheartened because the module itself is a really useful piece of kit and it comes with a number of really good examples that allow you to do all kinds of different things. You can create a webcam, you can stream to your laptop, and have Python or some other code do the heavy lifting on image recognition or categorization. You can have conversations, you can do all kinds of different things. Jon mentioned when I spoke to him that he was looking for an opportunity to get more involved with the ESP32, and this being one of the newer models gave him that great opportunity to try out new things, even if my original design didn't work the way I wanted it to work. So with my not so helpful hat on its way to Jon, all I have to do is wait for my gift to arrive. Look what I've got, a shiny parcel. Let's take a look. Put you on there and then you can follow along with the fun. Now the thing about getting parcels sent and delivered when they're made out of homemade electronics is you do tend to be a little bit nervous that they don't get here in one piece. So let's keep our fingers crossed. So this is a parcel from Jon, looking good so far. Let's see if we can open it up. Oh look, it's all wrapped and everything. Beautiful. I also have a lot of old boxes. Ooh. Look at that. Dear Dan Makes Things, welcome to your exciting new smart clock by Dr Jon EA. See the weather, location, sunset, channel, YouTube stats, and time all in one place on a glorious 96mm display. Beautiful. Insert the supplied USB-C cable. I have cables. You didn't need to send a cable. Insert the supplied USB-C cable into the port on the... Let's take a look. Feel like I'm going to break something. Look, that's a beast of a cable. Could have saved some shipping by not including that. Wow. So there's a protective screen on the screen, I hope. There you go. Yes, sorry. That's beautiful. That's his 3D printer is better than my 3D printer. So we've got a little, I'm going to go with microphone at the bottom there. Has to be. And some vents, and then there's the USB-C there. Does this lift out? I don't want to force anything. Don't want to make it like move when it shouldn't move. So let's plug it in and see how it goes. Now I do have a cable already plugged in. So let's see if I can just plug that in there. Oh, we've got a green light. That's good. That's good news. We like that. And we are starting. So you can see you've got the time, the hour, minutes, seconds. We've got the temperature, which, oh, maybe that's what it is. Is it a temperature sensor? Oh, I see now. That's why he's included the cable. Yeah, okay. Well, hang on a second. Oh, hello. What's going on here? Let's try that again. I'm going to swap it out, put you the cable in. Very nice. Okay, we're good, I think. Yes. So, the instructions told me how to do this. Press the red Wi-Fi symbol in the center of the screen and it will take you to the Wi-Fi setup. Your Wi-Fi setup is scan again, scan 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. None yet. Scan 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not saying we fell at the first hurdle, but did I miss a step? Is there an enable Wi-Fi button somewhere? Just a little bit loose. Just a little bit loose there. I'm only touching it really gently, but there you go. So we think that some of these have come undone. Whee, look at that. Beautiful. So, what does that look like / mean? All the pins seem to be in place. Nothing is broken. Oh, hello. I'll zoom in on that. There's a severed wire. Or a mostly severed wire anyway, but interestingly not in an area that we care about, and the temperature sensor's working. So that's curious. So all of this does look to be where you'd expect it to be. Beautiful. Here we go. After we solved those few teething issues, everything worked perfectly. Take a look at Jon's channel for more information on how he built this and the challenges that he faced. Many thanks to Jon and Jon for participating in the Secret Santa. I've had a great time with this build, and if nothing else I hope it's taught you that it's not about getting everything right first time, and sometimes things don't go as expected. It's really about the experience of learning all of these things, because
from failing you learn, from success not so much.
Thanks for watching. Darren from Maker48, and I've always wanted, always?